Yeah, so today we discuss the basics of data stage, some basic documentation wise. I will show you this document. So what are the basics? What are the designer client we are having? What are the properties in designer client? Once if you finish for half an hour, I will show the practical session with the data stage. Right. So we're discussing IBM InfoSphere. It is not WebSphere. It is an InfoSphere. InfoSphere data stage 8.5 version. Okay, and so what is the statement for the data stage? What is the single statement for the data stage? A data stage is a integrated tool to build data warehousing or data marts. So to build data warehousing for analysis purpose, means data warehousing means it is analysis purpose. Data mart means data mart is nothing but a part of data warehousing. Means data warehousing is nothing but combination of the tables. For example, so one company, so Walmart is one company. In the Walmart, we are having some different modules, means employees, marketing, sales, and bank details, so revenue department. Like this, we are having some different modules. Okay, so all the modules having different tables. Suppose it is a product module. In the product, we are having a categories: category 1, category 2, category 3. Each category having a different kind of products. In the products, having different sub-products. Okay, so like that, we are having multiple tables in the each modules. Suppose if you go through only some related tables, means product tables into one target, sales tables into one target, and marketing tables into one target. I go through some notepad. See, I can have multiple modules here. Means product module means product information. Okay, and then employees information, and then HR information, and then marketing information. These are the 4 modules in my company. Okay, in company we are having multiple products tables here: product ID, product name, sub-product, product category. So we are having multiple tables here. Assume that in the product module, so I am having product table, customer table, time, dimension, and location. We are having multiple tables here. Means in the product table we are having multiple columns: product name, product category, product category ID, product subcategory. We are having multiple columns because each module having different tables to store the information of the customer.
GK, are you talking about different dimensions like product dimension, customer dimension, time dimension, location dimension?
Yes. Table in the sense that can be a dimension or fact.
Okay, right. Okay.
So because I am navigating what is the data mart and what is the data warehousing.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So in employees we are having employee information, means salary tables, So department number wise tables and having locations. Assume that we are having different tables in each module. So if you want to build one data warehousing, you need to grab all the tables information into one environment. That is called data warehousing. Otherwise, if you maintain products tables into one place, that is called data mart. Means each module maintaining each target. That is data mart. Data mart is nothing but subset of data warehousing. To maintain employees information, I am maintaining one data mart. For HR information, I am maintaining another data mart. Module wise, if you want to go through module wise, you have to maintain a data mart. Otherwise, if you want to maintain all the tables at a time, you can go for data warehousing. Data warehouse. Okay.
GK, just for clarity purposes, if you don't mind my asking,
Yeah.
you know, I understand what is the difference between data mart and data warehouse, but I think the way you are presenting the difference between dimensions, it's a little grayed out. So I'm not sure if this is going to be
We are going to discuss this slide. So I'll go through this slide information.
Okay.
Okay. So because see, so we are having individual structures here. Means a small amount of the data here. So that first come to data warehousing initially. Okay. So data warehousing is nothing but combination of the tables from all the modules.
That's right.
Okay. So we are dividing the data into multiple parts. Suppose in data warehousing, I am maintaining marketing information as well as employees information.
Right.
I don't want to maintain both modules information into one data warehousing. I want to maintain separate databases. Okay. So I divided into employees information into one database and under marketing information into one database.
Okay.
Then in employees information, I want to divide into branches wise. So my company can have multiple geographical areas. So I want to maintain US information into one database and India information into one database and UK information to one database.
Okay.
So further I can divide it.
Right.
Okay, because it is data mart. Data mart is subset of data warehousing.
Right.
Okay, so in the data warehousing we are maintaining huge volume of the data, means multiple more number of tables. Okay, if you write any query, it has to check all the tables. Suppose I want to know who earning the more salary. So if I write any query in data warehousing, okay, it will check all the tables which is available in the data warehouse. Okay, it will take the more joins and it will take the time to validate all the tables which is available in the data warehouse. So if you divide into multiple parts, it is easy to understand and it is easy to retrieve the data. Did you get any clarity, Abdul?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go through some of the documents also, but I am going through some statements. Okay, so don't worry in that, I'll make you a better understanding in the further class. Okay, so then operational data source, it is one kind of layer, because before loading into target we have another layer called ODS, operational data source. Means suppose I develop one job and loading into one target, suddenly target is failed. So I should not lose my data. So before that, if any issues in your target, so to maintain your data, so you are maintaining the ODS layer, operational data source layer. So if you not understand, leave it, because we are having a topic with discussion of data warehousing, data mart and ODS. So statement wise I am discussing, so don't worry in that, I make you again. Okay. So first statement is Datastage is to design for jobs, extracting, transformation and loading. Yesterday we discussed some theory part. So for that, yeah. Extracting, transformation and loading. So what is extraction, transformation, loading? Are you clear, Abdul?
What is your question again? I'm sorry.
So what is the extraction, what is the transformation, what is the loading?
It's the ETL, right?
Yes, ETL. So extracting from different targets, means different source systems and modifications and loading in target.
That's right.
Yeah. So next statement is a job is nothing but ETL plan. So because what is your source, what is your transformation rule, what is your target. So these three definitions is called one job.
Okay.
Yeah. So third statement is, so because liberated this statement, because if you want to design one job, you need to have three definitions: source definition, transformation rule definition, and target definition.
Okay.
Because without source, I could not develop my job.
Sure.
Yeah. Without transformation rule, why should I develop the job? So without target, there I need to load. So these are the three mandatory things to develop your job. Any question?
No. Yeah. Please carry on.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So designer client components. So Datastage having a designer clients or administrator clients. So what is the responsibility regarding to designer client? So what we can do in the designer client? The designer client, so it is a GUI component. So graphical user interface. It is a GUI based component, means graphical user interface, means dragging and dropping. So click techniques, drag and drop, make the options. Not required to write any queries, not required to write any so complex codes, not required to write any commands. So it is a GUI component, drag and drop component. Okay, and a job is a graphical representation of the ETL process.
Got it.
Yeah, so ETL process means what are the sources you are taking, what is the transformation rule you are applying, what is the target you are loading. That is graphical representation. Okay, in the jobs, we are having three kinds of jobs. We are having three kinds of jobs. First one is the server jobs. Second one is the parallel jobs. Third one is the mainframe jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. Come to server job, because while entering into the designer client, it will ask what kind of job you want to do. Then you have to select, if you want to work with server jobs, select the server job, otherwise parallel job or mainframe job. What is the server job? Where we have to use this server job? I conclude now. Okay. So server job is nothing but before 8.1 version, means before IBM occupying essential organization, they are maintaining only server jobs. Okay, they are maintaining only server jobs. In the server jobs, we are having less amount of the functionality. Means your client requirement may not be fulfill your stages, because less functionality. Means no more options to practice, to making no more options here. Okay, in the coming to parallel jobs, I explain server jobs again. Okay, so server job is nothing but this concept will be available before 8.1 version. The server jobs having the less amount of functionality, and the server job having some performance issues. If you load more than 128 MB of the data in your source, it go very slow process.
Okay.
Okay.
It's obsolete now then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and having some these node issues, because suppose I'm getting 3 GB of data in my source. In that case, it will very slow running process. If you click on the run the job, it will be slow process.
Got it.
Okay. So, so having some drawbacks in the server jobs, no more functionality, but they implemented the thought, but they didn't implement up to the mark. Okay, second one is the parallel jobs. Parallel jobs means after takeover IBM from Essential, they entered this new topic as a parallel job.
All right.
So in our presentation, we are having versions. Yesterday we have seen some versions. So 7.5 version and 8.1 version. Okay, in 7.5 version, there is no concept of parallel job. Only server job functionality. After 7.5, so another version is called 8.1. In 8.1, we are having the parallel job options. Okay, so in the parallel job, what is the advantage of parallel job? So in the parallel job, we can develop parallel jobs by using the designer client. It is a designer client. Okay, so it develops into C++ code. So I go through this one. Yeah, have a look. Parallel jobs. First statement, we can create using designer client. Second statement is executable in C++ code. C++ code. But server jobs having only basic code. Basic means before the C language, low level languages, Python. So this kind of background will be validated with the Python code. Okay, but it doesn't have the more functionality. Whenever executed your jobs with the use of C++ compilers, you are having more functionality, more functions. You can write while loops, conditions, for loop conditions, if then else conditions, else if ladder conditions. Okay, multiple functions implemented in parallel jobs. Third one is unlimited scalability. So unlimited scalability means there is no boundary to implement your performance. Apart from your source, you can implement your processors. Suppose you are having 4 GB RAM, it gives some better performance. If you have 8 GB RAM, it gives some more better performance. If you have 16 GB RAM, it gives then more. So like this, in the parallel job, there is unlimited scalability. You can add multiple processors to run the data. In the server job, you are having some scalability. Up to 64 GB you can extendable in the server job. But in the parallel job, there is no limitation to implement your RAM capability. Okay. Because two kinds of jobs follow different architectures. Okay, so this parallel jobs will follow MPP architecture, massively parallel processing architecture. I show you this architecture. Okay, MPP architecture. So next, fourth statement is, so unlimited volume of data process. There is no limitations. You should have this amount of data in your source. You can have MBs of data, KBs of data, GBs of data, TBs of data. You can have in your source. It will be able to process within the time.
All right.
Okay. So having some drawbacks in server jobs. They take all the jobs in the parallel jobs, and additionally they added some new features, new stages. So end of the session I will show what is the practically. I will show you this one. And come to mainframe jobs. Third one is mainframe jobs. So mainframe jobs. So these are developed by for mainframe systems. Suppose your client using the mainframe system, so that you need to grab the information from the mainframe server. In that case, you have to use the mainframe jobs. As a Datastage developer, you will not receive mainframe jobs. The team will be different. ERP systems team will be different, and obviously 100% you will work with the parallel jobs only.
Okay, quick question on that.
Yeah.
We have IBM mainframe on the back end. So
Okay.
we have AIX 7.1.
Sure.
And we obviously have the IBM InfoSphere suite on running on Unix. Okay, so
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Actually, in the mainframes in the designer client, we are having one stage to take a source from the mainframe systems.
All right.
Because in the parallel jobs, you are receiving the data in the form of tables or the files. In the mainframe jobs, you are receiving some COBOL code. Mainframes develop the COBOL code, right?
Right.
Yeah, COBOL code you need to take it as a source. For that, we are having another stages. Obviously, your Datastage will support for grabbing information from the mainframe systems or databases or flat files. For the mainframe system data, you need to go through some stages. To process your mainframe's COBOL code, you need to process with some stages.
All right.
For text files, you need to process to take the source text files, so you need to use another stages. For tables, you need to take another stages. So like that, apart from your type of source, we are having different kind of stages to take the source. Okay, so this mainframe jobs develop COBOL code. COBOL code. Okay, whenever you are having COBOL code as a source, you have to use this mainframe jobs. Suppose you are having a text file, means I am having .txt file as a source. I could not work with the mainframe jobs. I have to go for parallel jobs or server jobs to extract my flat file table into jobs. Okay, when I am receiving as a COBOL code, go for mainframe jobs. So apart from your nature of source tables or files, you need to work with a different kind of jobs.
So GK.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now in case of parallel jobs,
Okay.
I mean it is written that it can be developed using designer, right?
Exactly.
So the server jobs and mainframe jobs, where do we create these jobs? In the database design?
By using designer client only, we have to design any kind of job.
Okay. And I didn't understand the significance of the second point in parallel jobs. The executable in C++ code. So
yeah, actually, if you run your job, so server has to validate your data. Okay, actually, you can use a Java code to validate your data, C language and CPP, different languages to validate your data. Middleware. In this parallel job, they are using a C++ code. In the server jobs, before parallel job, we have another concept called that is the server jobs.
okay.
In the server jobs, using some Python to execute your jobs code using the Python languages.
Okay.
Okay, which is not related to C language, because low-level language. Before parallel jobs, they are using some low-level languages to validate your data. Okay.
My question is, this will not be visible to us at this process.
No. So you could not see this data because it is background process.
Okay.
So once if you compile any C language program, you could not see what are the stages it is going on in the background. Once it is finished, then it will be show the result in the target.
Correct.
So like that, it is a backend process. They are using C++ compilers to compile your jobs.
Okay. Which makes it faster to run. Is it correct?
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Allowing more functions.
Okay.
Yeah, more functionalities allowing using C++. After introduce C++ concept in the parallel job, so there is a more comfortability. Means you can use the more functionalities. You can use more functions.
Okay.
And it will get faster to run your jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is regarding designer client. We can develop these three kind of jobs in designer client. And coming to director client. So what we can do in the director client? So first one is we can monitor or we can run the job from the director client. Means in the designer client I can design the job. Okay, I want to see what is the status of my job. So whether having some errors or having some warnings or it is aborted or successfully, I should have the information of the status of the job. So that job status will be available in director client. You can monitor your job status. You can see your log files. You can troubleshoot your job in the director client. Suppose I have written 10 lines of code. In the 8th line I am having some mistakes. So that log files information will be available in director client. It shows the all errors and you can troubleshoot apart from that errors. Second one is we can create the batches. Means we can schedule your job. Suppose today I designed 2 jobs. I want to run these 2 jobs in 3 a.m. In my timings 3 a.m. I want to run. So because in that situation we should not wake up on that time. So we have to schedule the jobs. Without manually we can automate the scheduling the jobs. Okay, so we can schedule the jobs individually or we can schedule the jobs in batch wise. Batch is nothing but combination of the jobs. Suppose I designed 10 jobs. I want to run 10 jobs at a time. Okay, create one batch and include those 10 jobs into the batch and run the batch. So having some more options I discussed practically while working with the designer client, director client. Okay, so there are some statements. And third one is administrator client. What we can do perform in administrator client? Okay, we can create the environment. We can create the environment. So development projects. Developing projects means you could not understand, but practically you come to know all the statements. Practically understand. Okay, and user, you can create the users. Suppose I want to log in the designer client, so I should have the permission to log in designer client. Okay, who will give the permission? Where they will create my user ID? So they will create an administrator client. Okay, so as a developer, I should not log in into the administrator client, because administrator client is responsible for the administrator. As a designer, I should not work with the administrator. So they will deny the permission for administrator client to the developer. Means granting the permissions, deny the permissions, creating users. Okay, all available in administrator client.
Now,
Okay.
isn't Datastage administrator used to monitor the jobs?
No, actually administrator will not monitor. Administrator, so responsibility to manage the user authentications.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because me employee arrived in my project. Me guy arrived in my project. I need to give, he is a developer. So as he is a developer, I need to give permissions to only designer client and director client.
Got it.
The permissions will be, we can do in administrator client.
I see.
And installing NLS. NLS means National Language Specifications. Means Datastage developed for multiple languages. English, Chinese, German, Spanish. Okay, multiple languages. Apart from the country, they have to select type of language specification. Suppose if I, while installation, if I select English, so it will gives warnings, log files, creations, names, everything in English. If I select Spanish while installation, it will show the all information in the Spanish language. It is related to administrator task, so don't worry in that, but having the option, we can select the language type, whether it is Spanish, German, Chinese, English, like that we can select option. Okay, so yesterday we discussed what is the repository, what is the server. Server means it is a ETL engine. Once if you start your service, then only you can enter into your Datastage client component to design the jobs. Initially, you need to start the service. For example, okay, so I want to work with Word document in my machine. Okay, so without starting my machine, shall I work with, can I work with a Word document? No. So to work with your Word document or notepads, you need to start your machine. Then only you can able. Means you need to start your machine means you are starting the services. Our system service you are starting. Here also having some dependency. Without starting your server service, you could not able to connect your client components. Got it? I show you where you have to start service. I show you. So repository is nothing but it is a database. If you create any jobs, if you create any parameters, if you take any source from the client side, everything will be stored in repository. Today I designed 5 jobs. Okay, I log off my system. So tomorrow I want to open those 5 jobs. So it has to store one particular environment. That is environment is called repository. Storage purpose. If repositories fail, you could not run your jobs. You could not work with, there is no use to work with your designer client. So your repository can be any kind of databases. That can be Oracle, SQL Server, or database DB2. Because apart from your source type, you are maintaining the data in repository. Suppose your source is Oracle tables. So you are maintaining your repository with Oracle tables. Not only Oracle tables, you can store another database tables or another flat files tables also. Flat files information, Excel sheets, text files, CSV files, XML files, you can save in the repository. Okay, so now I am introducing the tool for the data stage. Okay, remaining part we discuss tomorrow. Means server jobs, parallel jobs, mentioned jobs. I described here clearly, point by point. I shared this document, you can read this document. Okay, address scalability, it is not required, but have a look. It is architectural domain knowledge it is. What architecture they are following while installations, it is having some scenario here. Stages and types of stages. I am using the word stages. What are the stages and what are the types of stages we are having? So this document conclude. Links and types of links it conclude. So these two topics we discuss tomorrow, and then we discuss practical session. So today I will start from practical session with the data stage. Shall I go, or any questions?
No, please go ahead.
Sure. So Renu, any question?
No, GK, I'm clear.
Okay. So whenever you start your data stage, as a discussion, we need to start our service initially. Okay, once if you start your service, once your service is up, then only you can work with the data stage client components. Okay, now I am starting the services. Now I want to start my service. Okay, so in the run, type services.msc. Services.msc. Okay, so it shows all the services available in your machine. Suppose you are working with MS Office, you are working with some Skype, you are using some other applications, Oracle, you are using some Datastage. So all services will be available here. So these many services running in your machine. Operating system services, so MS Office services and application services, Oracle services, everything will be available here. So in my machine I am using a data stage. So if I want to work with data stage, I need to start the service. See, IBM WebSphere or IBM InfoSphere. If you install 8.5 version, you need to start the two services, WebSphere and InfoSphere. Again I am going to the path, go to run, type services.msc. In the window, select IBM InfoSphere or WebSphere. Two services you need to start before working with the data stage. So what is my service status here? Started means already my service is started. If not start, it doesn't show any status here. We need to start the start option here. Once if you start your service successfully, then you will be received these three options: stop, pause and restart. If you not start service comfortably, it will show start option here. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yes.
because my service is started, so it is showing these options. After starting, you can stop the services, or you can pause the services, or you can restart the services. Go to another service which is not started. See, it is showing the start. Like that, before you are entering to designer client, you need to start your machine. Services. You need to start your services. Then you have to go through client components to design your jobs. Okay. So IBM AboSphere and IBM InfoSphere. I started two services. Okay. So no problem. So now I can log into designer client. Okay. So here I am having some types, startup types also available here. See, properties, automatic, manual and disabled. Automatic means if you select automatically, not required to start manually. Once if you start your machine, automatically your service also will start your service. Manual means after logging your machine, you need to start the service. Disable means it won't start or stop. It will be disable mode, not editable mode. Automatic in the sense, once if you start your machine, your Datastage service will be start automatically. Manual in the sense, after logging your machine, you need to start your Datastage service manually. Hope you understand.
Yes. Please carry on. Thanks.
Okay. So I started my service. Then I can able to log in my designer client. I want to design one job today. Okay. These are the some designer clients and editor client, administrator client and database. Okay. So if you install Datastage immediately, you will receive these client components. Just you have to click here. So I want to enter into designer client. Just go to designer client. See, it is asking some information. What is your username? What is your password? It is asking. So my username is administrator. My password is, I enter my password. If you click on login, it will enter into designer client. In this case, if you not start your services, it gives some warnings. I started my services successfully, so I can able to work with the designer client. So see, it is showing what kind of job you want to design. As a discussion, we are having parallel jobs, server jobs and mainframe jobs.
Okay.
And sequence jobs also. So before entering into designer client to design your job, you have to select what kind of job you are going to design. So I want to design parallel job. Means 90% you are working with the parallel jobs only. Okay, so I want to work with parallel jobs. Select the parallel. Click on OK. See, it is the environment of your Datastage tool. This is another client. Abdul, have you seen before this designer client?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So Rene, have you seen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, these are the some environment regarding our Datastage designer client. These are the menu bars, these are the toolbars, running job, compilation jobs, okay, running your jobs. So analyzing the performances, creating the job properties, creating the parameters, having some options. It is a workspace environment. It is a palette. Palette means you are having multiple options here, stages, processing stages, database stages, and file stages. It is a status bar. It is a status bar. It gives us some status. If you compile your job, it is showing compilation is going on. Some status regarding the job. Okay. Now I will design one job. One sample job I will design. Okay. So have a look. So in my machine, I am using Oracle database. So I want to work with the Oracle database. As a source, I am using Oracle database. So I need to take Oracle connector stage. So there are some stages. This is one stage. It is one stage. Okay, so this is a Oracle connector stage. Okay, then I want to load because EMP table we are having some predefined tables like EMP, DEPT, salary. We are having some predefined table. So I want to take Oracle EMP table as my source and I want to load into one file. Means database to file. This is database source level. Where I want to load in the file. So you have to go for the file tab. In the file tab having different files here. So in this file I want to work with .txt files. So take sequential file. Or dataset. Both are same. These both are same, but whenever if you have any null values in sequential file, it removes enter the data.
Say that again one more time.
So if you use any sequential file as a target, so it doesn't allow null values.
It doesn't or it does?
Yes, it does not.
Okay.
So null values in the sense logging into Oracle. In the EMP table, we are having different columns. In the columns, we are having some null values here. Okay, so these null values, sequential file will not allow.
Okay.
Okay, so means if any column having a null values in your table, it skips entire record.
Okay.
It won't load into target. So you should not have any null values. So in this case, only 4 records will load into your target because in this we don't have any null value. In this too. Here also we don't have any null value. So here also we don't have any null value. Remaining all are having some null values. So we will receive only 4 records in case of sequential file as a target. It is the default nature of sequential file. if you take data set, it allows the null values, no problem. Okay, so have a look what is data set. I will explain again options and what is the use of data set. Have a look in this scenario, sample job designing. Okay, so I am using EMP Oracle table. So I have selected Oracle connector among this all kind of databases. Suppose if you are having Teradata as a source, take Teradata connector. You have DB2 as a source, take DB2. You have Netezza, take Netezza. So apart from your source type, you need to select related stage. So now I want to work with Oracle database, so that I am taking Oracle connector. So I need to link up these two stages. I need to link up these stages to communicate, because I want to push the data from Oracle connector to data set. So between these two stages I don't have any communication. So I need to make communication between the two stages. So go to General tab, have a link. See, it is showing some statement to connect stages together. Take this link and drag from initial stage to target stage. I made communication between the two stages. Now I can flow the data from this stage to this stage. Okay, now I need to take Oracle EMP table in Oracle connector stage. Oracle EMP table in Oracle connector stage. So first, initially you need to go to Oracle database and you have to take EMP table into your job. So my intention is I need to connect Oracle database and I have to take EMP table. So before entering the Oracle database, you should have the permissions. To enter into Oracle database, you should have the permissions. Okay. So whenever you have the permissions, if you have any user ID and password, then only you are an authentication person. Then only you are an authenticated person. So if I don't have username and password, how should I connect to Oracle database? No, I could not connect. So I should have username and password, and server name also I should have. See, in Oracle, I am exiting from Oracle. Again I am entering into Oracle. It is asking some username and password, right? Like that, if you want to connect Oracle database through Datastage, you should have a username and password for this Oracle database. This server name, host name is server name. So like that, Datastage also will ask you what is your server name, what is your username, and what is your password. You have to enter. Okay, server name. Server name is, my server name is Oracle. While installation of Oracle, you need to give your database name. Your database is nothing but server name. Okay, then it is asking username.
Sorry, could you go back to the previous screen for just one moment, please?
Here.
How did you get here?
Actually, if you click on this Oracle connector, it shows up on properties.
I see. Got it.
Yes. In the properties, it is asking initially what is your server name, database name.
Okay. Okay.
The database name Oracle. It is not a fixed value. I can have any of names, because while installing database, you need to give name for the database. The database name you have to give here.
Okay.
Oracle. Then username is my Scott. In Oracle database, which user you want to connect? In Oracle database, you are having multiple users. SH user, Scott user. Okay, I can create my own user. So like that, in the database, which user you want to connect? In which user you are having your table? Okay, so they are asking username and password. Password is Tiger. So we all can know that Scott and Tiger. Yeah. So then come to this option. Generate SQL at a time, at runtime. Default it is no. You have to select yes. Until I want to starting yes, it is asking some table name. What is your table name? EMP. So in the moment, if I entered EMP, what are the columns you are having EMP table? All columns will be extract from database to my job. All the columns. So what are the columns I am having in EMP? So I am having EMP number, employee name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission, department. So here, if you enter EMP table, it will take all the columns to load. But I don't want to load all the columns in EMP table. But I don't want to load all the columns into from EMP table. I want to load only employee number and salary and department number. But in this case, it loads defaultly, automatically it loads all the columns from EMP table. I don't want to load all the columns. I want to load only 3 columns. In this case, you need to select option as a no. Generate SQL at runtime, no. No means you can write a statement here. Select employee number, name, salary, comma, department. What are the columns you want to load? You can on EMP. Customizing the code. So am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So Abdul, any question?
Just one question. Why do you want to, I understood the first part, that why do you want to have the, generate the SQL, but why do you want to say no, if you don't mind my asking?
Yeah. So sometimes in my table, I can have plenty of the columns.
Okay, I see.
Because in that case, I don't want to process all the columns. Unnecessarily, I don't want to process.
Got it.
In that case, we can take what are the required columns to process.
Okay.
And more than, we can have some conditions, some very class condition we can have.
Okay.
In the Oracle, we are having some where classes. So where class also we can write here at the source level. I will show you in some of the classes.
All right.
Yeah. So I am selecting here no. No means this statement will be executed. If I select yes, this statement will be executed. Entire columns here. I'm selecting S. S means I want to load all the columns. It is enough. You have to enter this information only. What is your server name? What is your username? What is your password? What is your table name? That's it. Not required to give any more than information.
Okay.
Okay. Once if you finish authentications details, then you have to go through columns tab. Okay. In the columns, I need to load those columns into my job. In the empty table, we are having 3 and 3, 7 columns. 8 columns I am having. These 8 columns I want to load to my job. Means empty table columns I want to load in my source. Up to now we have given some authentications. And now I need to load empty table here. Then I can process. Okay. So click on columns tab, click on the load. See, when I click on the load option, it will open a repository. It is a repository. Okay. In the repository, your data will be saved. Your jobs will be saved. See, I have designed some jobs in previous. Okay, these are the some jobs. Okay. Now I want to load from database to this repository, empty table. Now I don't have empty table here. Okay, the plugins you need to have. Okay, already I taken empty tables, but now I want to load again. In your data stage, you don't have empty table from Oracle. You need to take empty table from Oracle database to your data stage. Okay, if you want to work with any table, you need to load from Oracle database to your data stage. Then you can work. Okay, so now I am connecting to database and I am taking empty table into my repository. So right click on any of kinds. Right click on repository here or table definitions. Right click. Import table definitions. So in the table definitions we are having these all options. You can right click here or you can right click here. Import table definitions. Okay, it is showing some options. I want to take EMP table, so you have to select plugin metadata definitions. Plugin metadata definitions. Otherwise, I want to load one file, one text file I want to load. So use this option, sequential file definitions. I want to load one stored procedure from Oracle, so use this option. I want to load mainframe COBOL file, use this option. Apart from your task, what kind of table or files you have to load, select those kind of option here. Now I want to load table, so you need to select this one. Plugin metadata definitions, I am selecting here this one. So it is asking what database table you want to load. You want to load DB2 database table or Infomix or MS SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase or Teradata. What kind of table you want to load? I want to load Oracle. Okay, click on OK. See, again it is asking what is your Oracle server name. So to authenticate your whether so having permission or not, it is asking the information, database source name. Okay, so Oracle, Scott, username is Scott, password is a tiger. Okay, click on the next. So it is showing the list, winners list. It is showing some tables, views, fully qualified tables and column comments. So in your database you can have some tables, or you can have some views also, or you can have some skeleton tables. Means if you install some database of Oracle, defaultly some tables will be installed in your Oracle. Index tables, constraint tables, okay, views tables. Defaultly supporting tables will be installed. Fully qualified means supporting tables. Suppose you have created one index. Where will be saved? It will be saved automatically in index table. If you create any constraint, it will be saved in constraint table. I need to mention, it will automatically do the process. So that kind of skeleton tables will be available with the name of fully qualified table names. And the fourth one is column comments. So while creating your table, you can comment on the columns. EMP number means employees number. MGR means managers employee ID. So like that you can comment on the metadata. So you can select any kind of tables or views or skeleton tables or column comments. I don't want to load skeleton tables. I want to load only tables. Means I don't want default tables. Default supporting tables I don't want. I want only normal tables, EMP, Salgrade, DPT tables only. So I am taking tables. So click on the next. It is showing some all users tables. Like Scott, I am having multiple users. It is showing all the users tables. I want to select EMP. So where is EMP? Have a look. Here having a EMP. Select EMP. Click on import. You have to click on import. You can select multiple tables at a time. Holding the control button, you can select multiple tables. I want to load EMP, EMP1, EMP2, EMP3 at a time. So select required tables and click on import. So already you are having, so it is asking to replace. Okay, override. So it is importing. Importing the plugins, importing the tables. EMP3, EMP1, EMP2, EMP tables. Okay. Now you have loaded from Oracle database to your Datastage repository. Okay, in the repository I have saved 4 tables here. I don't want to use 4 tables in my job. I want to use only EMP table. Select EMP table. In the plugin, in the Oracle, we are having just you have taken EMP, EMP1, EMP2, EMP3. It is available here. So select EMP. Because one stage means one table only. You could not select multiple tables in your stage. One Oracle connector will support for only one table. I want to work with EMP table. So select EMP table, click on OK. So it is showing these are the some available columns, these are the some selected columns. Here also I can restrict the columns. I don't want all the columns. Just take whatever the columns you required. Otherwise, you want all the columns. Otherwise, you want all the columns. So click on this. All the columns will be available. Click on OK. Okay. Here I need to change from date to the timestamp. You come to know why I am changing this timestamp. So you come to know. I will explain. So I am changing from date to timestamp. Okay. Okay. So I have taken EMP table from Oracle database to my Datastage job. So are you clear? Abdul and Renu, any questions up to now? Any confusion?
No, we're fine.
Yeah. So Renu, any question?
No, GK. I'm fine.
Yeah. Sure. So what we have done up to now, what we have done, see, so I entered into Datastage. From Datastage, I log into Oracle database. So in the Oracle database, I have taken EMP1, EMP1, EMP2, EMP3. So then I saved into my repository. From repository, I use into my job. Are you clear, Renu, this process? Any question?
No, thanks.
Yeah, I understood this process, JK, but my doubt is, repository is nothing but the Oracle server, right?
The repository is nothing but it is a database, Oracle database, where you are saving your, so EMP table where you are saving. You are saving in repository. It is a repository.
Okay. So the plugins and plugins where we pull these tables, is it like a cache or is it like a permanent database?
It is a permanent. It is a permanent.
Okay.
So from right click on table definitions, import table definitions, you click on plugins. Right? Because why we have gone this process means to connect Oracle database. So once if you connect database, you can take the tables. Yeah.
That means we are data pulling from the Oracle, and this repository is also Oracle server. Both are the Oracle sources.
Yeah, both are the Oracle sources.
Okay.
And but once if you repository will allow to store any kind of other databases tables.
Okay.
Not only Oracle tables. Your repository, we could not say it is related to Oracle.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a data storage repository.
Okay. So even though I pull Teradata network here, the repository will store that table as well.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Because while processing, okay, I connected it to Oracle.
Oh yeah, correct.
Instead of Oracle, select Teradata.
Right.
Okay, so we can take there any kind of tables from any kind of databases. It will be stored in Datastage repository. Then we can use.
Would you show one more time here, how did you get to that plugin stage?
Okay, so double click on Oracle connector. So I inform all information, what is my server name, what is my username, password, and table name. Then click on columns tab. In the columns tab, select load button.
Got it.
In the load button, it will open the your repository. Okay, this is like it is repository. In this repository, okay, click on table definitions. Right click on table definitions.
Okay.
So import table, importing the table definitions. If you want export, you can export. If you want import, you can import.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, import table definitions. Here, if it is a table, select a plugin.
Okay.
Okay. Now select what kind of database you want to extract. Oracle. Click on OK and enter the username, password and server name to connect to the database. Oracle. User ID Scott and password is a Tiger. Click on the next. So uncheck this fully qualified table because I don't want to default skeleton tables. Supporting tables I don't want. I don't want only tables only. I don't want skeleton tables.
Got it.
Yeah. So tables means it is showing all the tables available in the Oracle users. So in the tables you need to select the table which you want. After selecting required table, click on import. So it is showing, so already exist. Are you sure you want to overwrite? Yes. Okay, your input is completed. So now EMP table will be available in plugins format.
I see.
Okay, if you connect to Teradata, it is showing Oracle OCI 9. Like this, it will create new folder with the Teradata.
Got it.
Means in the plugins, we are having Oracle, or else you can have Teradata folder. Now I gone through Oracle, so it is showing the Oracle. If I gone through Teradata, it is showing the Teradata here instead of Oracle.
Got it.
Okay, in the Oracle, whatever tables you are having, you can expand. If you expand, whatever tables available in the Oracle, you can select. It is ready to use. Clear? Good?
Yes, thanks.
Yes. Okay. So now I have taken table content here. So click on OK. Okay, my source is ready. My EMP table is ready to process further stages. How would you know? You can have some problem. Your username can be wrong. How to check whether my source user ID, password and table content is successfully loaded or not? You need to test your source. You are having a view data. If you click on the view data, once if it is showing your content, you don't have any mistakes.
I see.
If not show, you have some mistakes. That can be username can be wrong, your table may not be exist, your password is not authenticated, having some problems. So you have to test your source data. Click on view data. If it is a view table content, no mistakes. Hardly 5 minutes. Okay, so it is displaying the table content, so I don't have any mistakes. If any username is wrong, so it shows some error warnings.
If you have a really large database, and is that a wise move to do that?
Actually, we can have up to 125 MB of the data in source defaultly.
Oh, okay. So
Up to,
are we not using parallel engine?
yes, you can use the parallel engine because so parallel in the sense we are having configurations options. In the toolbar we are having configurations options. In this, you can use parallelly two node processors.
Okay.
Parallel is nothing but two node systems. At a time, your data will be loaded into two nodes.
I see.
Okay, so in the parallel, that word having the more information. Okay, so we are having some configuration option, configuration topic. In the topic, I give clear information regarding this parallel word. Why the parallel? Why we need to have these two nodes? If I have single node, what is the problem? So what is these options? Meaning, what are these paths? Everything I will discuss in configuration file topic.
Okay.
Okay. So my source is ready. So I can use furtherly to any kind of stage. So directly I want to load into target. Okay, in the target, just select on the target, double click here and file and enter the path to where you want to save your target data. I want to save in the C drive with the name of sample. SSAMPLE, sample. Okay, dot, you have to give extension like DS, dot DS, dot data set, dot data set. Or if you are using any text file, okay, any text file, sorry, instead of Oracle, you can use any other one. Okay, if you use sequential file, so you need to give the path C colon SS sample dot txt you have to give. Means text format it is saving in sequential file. But if using data set, you need to give .ds format. Extension. If you want to create an Excel sheet, so name .xls. Want to create one text file, name .txt. Like this, if you want to create any data set file, you need to give .ds. Click on OK. No more options. So I'll explain later these options. Just have a look. I'm selecting only target path. Your data will be saved in this location. Okay. So I have taken the source comfortably and I loaded it target. Now I want to validate my data. I have given a communication, but I want to load from EMP to here. So after finishing your designing, you need to compile the job. So before compilation, you need to save the job. So it is untitled. You need to enter the name of this job. So you need to save into repository. Save. So sample. Where you need to save this one? Defaultly, you are having one jobs folder. In the jobs folder, you need to save this job. Okay, already these are some designed jobs. Okay, you need to save these jobs in this folder. Click on save. See, your name will be changed here. sample. Now I need to compile the job, then I need to run the job. Compilation. What will the compilation? So it will check for all the syntactical errors. It will compile from high level language to low level language, or high level language to machine understandable code. Compilation time means it will compile the data. It will take, so here I am taking EMP name. I have given to the machine EMP. Your server will not understand EMP as EMP. Your processor or server will understand only binary codes, ones and zeros. Every processor will understand only ones and zeros. What is EMP is a high level languages. In the compilation time, your high level language code will be converted into machine understandable format. Means your EMP table will be converted into binary code. Are you clear, Abdul?
Yes.
Okay. So your Datastage server will not understand EMP as EMP. Initially it will convert into another format. So in the compilation time, EMP will convert into machine understandable language. Okay, then once if you finish compile successfully, then you have to run your job. In the compilation time, your high level language will be convert into machine understandable language. Okay, and then you have to run the job. Run means now your data will be validate. Okay, successfully I loaded 14 records into my target. Now I want to see my target data. Right click on target, view DSLink 7 data. What is the view DSLink 7 data in the sense? It is a link name. It is a link name. 14 records, 5 records per second. Right click on target, view DSLink 7 data. It is asking how many records you want to show. You want to show up to 100? Yes. You want to show only up to 10? Select. You want to show up to 50? You can select. Click on OK. It is showing the data. Means my job is successfully compiled. Okay, finished. My job is finished. So I loaded EMP table as it is into the target. There is no use. Okay. So I want to filter the data. So between source and target, I can use filter stage to filter your data, because I want to know whose salary is the maximum salary in the EMP table, who are having the maximum salary. I want to know only department number 10 information. Means in the EMP table, I am having department number 10, 20, 30. I don't want all this information. I want only 10 department information, only 10. I can write the query here. In the filter stage, I can write the query to filter your data. Then I can load into target. Some modifications means extraction EMP table, transformation, applying the conditions means transformation, Unloading target means loading, ETL. Okay, so tomorrow we see using some processing stages between the source and target. Up to now we discussed only sample job, how to load direct source to target. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, how to use these processing stages between the source to target, between the source and target. Clear, Renu?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Abdul, clear?
Yes, clear. Thanks.
Okay.